Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, $ Dean by any means. There go to PayPal at Dean by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, or $1,000. Is much, much, much appreciated. Yo, I get a lot of flack, yo, because I'm very consistent when it comes to boxing talk, and I'm trying to bring consistency and us just being men and us just being women and us just if we're going to that's the only way to move the sport forward because there's always going to be things to talk about, but we can always talk about them with integrity, with morals, with honesty. We don't have to lie for fighters for boxing talk to continue, for us to be able to be out here and do panels and debate, because we spend more time talking about narratives than we actually spend talking about boxing skills, how we see this fighter beating this other fighter in X, Y, and Z, right? Shakur Stevenson, and y'all all owe me an apology, especially my fellow Shakur Stevenson fans, because y'all try to act like I'm not a Shakur Stevenson fan. I am a Shakur Stevenson fan, and I'm not gonna let nobody tell me I'm not. I'm just not like you or none of these other content creators. I'm not gonna lie for the man. I'm not gonna sit up there and be oblivious to how the business of boxing work because I like Shakur Stevenson. I'm not going to sit up there and act like I don't. Certain things don't make me uncomfortable that do. I'm not going to sit up there and act like the man didn't say certain things that he said. I'm not going to sit up there and act like I don't see everything that's going on around him and act like it means nothing. I'm just not going to sit up there and do that. I leave that for every other content creators, but I'm not going to do that with no fighter that I like. Shakur Stevenson just exposed Bob Arum, and it's been everything that I've been telling y'all. He already said Bud been telling me to get away from him, and that he don't promote black fighters and blah blah blah. It don't even really matter what he said verbatim. All you need to know is this is the second time that Shakur Stevenson has lashed out about being unhappy at his promotional company. And the reason why I have such a big problem with that, because when people been telling Shakur that, he was giving pushback on it. But now you want to come around to our side of what we've been saying when you don't get what you want. And you're not getting what you want because you're not doing what you need to do to get what you want. You should have had a problem with fighting on Thursday. You should have told him, I'm not fighting on no Thursday, bro. No, I'm not fighting on no Thursday. Sorry, can't do it. Life ain't fair. You gotta go get what you deserve. Your worth is only as much as somebody is willing to pay you. You don't get to determine that when you're asking somebody else to pay you. He determined that. Now you can either like it, not like it, or step away. It's no different than if you got a job that you unhappy at, and you want to feel as though you can make more money. Then it is on you to make more money. If you go to HR, if you go to whoever you get your managers or whoever they may be, if you go to them and say, "Listen, I want more bread," blah blah blah, but they not giving you the bread. All right, cool. You can even be unhappy about them not giving you the bread. But once you know that they're not giving you the bread, it is on you to change up or do something different. And I gotta hold the man accountable. If you know that Shakur Stevenson, he does not promote black fighters, you feel that way. If you know somebody that you're very close to, Terrence Bud Crawford, told you not to deal with this guy, is telling you not to deal with this guy, and is telling you to do different things, then if you choose to go another route, that is on you, my guy. That is not on Gervonta Davis. That is not on Devin Haney. That is not on Lomachenko. That is on Shakur Stevenson. You can't call Frank out and call him every name in the book, but then you're fighting the guy that he beat. And people like, well, Frank barely survived him. No, he didn't them last couple rounds. Frank dominated him basically those last couple rounds. Did Arthur give up a good fight? Yes, he did. A better fight than people thought he was going to? Yes, he did. But Frank Martin definitely showed clearly he was the better fighter. We're not going to do that, y'all. Let's be consistent. Let's be honest. Shakur Stevenson, it is your responsibility to get the fights that you want, not to complain about it. about it. It is your responsibility to put yourself in the best position for you. I heard you say it on an interview. You're going to do what's best for you. What is best for you, Shakur Stevenson, is get in a fight with Gervonta Davis. I'll say that again because people say they want to see him fight the man so bad. But then when I sit up there and say that you are unhappy at your promotional company, Gervonta Davis told you what to do, and you got 3 built-in fights over there and can still get the Williams to pay to fight. I've told y'all this already. We want to see you against De Los Santos again. Remember, Frank Martin ducked you. Remember? And I don't want to hear nothing about, well, he be fighting Tank leftovers because Tank is going to fight Lomachenko. And y'all people act like they got a problem with that after Lomachenko just showed dominance. So just because a fighter lose a fight don't mean that he washed up. Don't mean he ain't good no more. He just lost. It is what it is. Frank Martin, De Los Santos, and Gervonta Davis is major fights for you. And for all those saying where Shakur Stevenson talking about how he know he gonna get the fight, don't sign the contract if they don't offer you the fight. How about that, Sherlock? Ain't that easy? I will sign with y'all, but I need to know that Gervonta Davis, I am going to fight Gervonta Davis. Al Heyman, can you get Gervonta Davis on the phone? Can we set up a date, have a future date that me and him will be main event? And can you promise me that? Can he agree to it? I agree to it. If we don't get no injuries or whatever, this is going to happen. That's all he got to do. You can't complain about your promotional company because you're not even getting the fight you want at Top Rank. You're not even fighting the best people at Top Rank. So you can't sit up there and you already took yourself off the board by fighting one of your homeboys. Keyshawn Davis is up and coming, but that's your man's. And Kid Austin just ducked you. I understand all that. I get that part. But the part I'm talking about is you're not happy. Forget what I'll say. Forget what Tank say. You're not happy. So what you gonna go do? Go over to Eddie Hearn now? Go to Golden Boy? Why would you go places where Eddie Hearn I would give the most credit to as far as promoting a black fighter, where I give him more I don't feel that Eddie Hearn won't do it, and he's shown that he will do it, and he's shown that he has interest currently in doing that. But PBC will. Why not go towards the bag, my guy? You won't be fighting on Thursdays no more. You'll be pay-per-view. Ain't this the stuff you want? You want the Gervonta Davis fight. All the other fights in between don't really matter too much. Because a lot of us know and think that you're going to beat all the rest of them guys that they put in front of you either or. But as long as you get the Gervonta Davis, it really doesn't matter. Gervonta Davis recently just said, little buddy know what he got to do to get the fight. He said he want to fight you. You're unhappy at your promotional company. If you don't try to go make that fight happen, that is on you, Shakur. He said he want to fight you. He said, come over and come holler at me. You're not happy at Top Rank. This is the second time that you have had outbursts about you not being happy at where you at. Why? Because you're not getting the fights that you want. And Bob Arum is literally spitting in your face by he's willing to do business when it comes to Tank, when it comes to Loma, but not you. Shakur Stevenson, I'll be at his office talking about, I dare you to put Lomachenko in there with Gervonta Davis before me. How dare you give Gervonta Davis a Lomachenko fight before me? And I'm with you. I'm making you money. You have interest in that being a fight. But Bob Arum also is a prideful individual, and he don't like all of these things that Shakur Stevenson is doing. He has never tried to really promote Shakur Stevenson. Not in a real way. Lomachenko name been ringing bells since I could first remember. He could be doing the same thing for Shakur Stevenson that he's doing for a little Japanese guy named Noah Inoue. So don't tell me he's not capable of doing it. Don't tell me he's not capable of doing that. Go make the fight happen. You unhappy because you're not getting the fights that you want. But you can't sit up there and be saying everybody ducking you, but you ain't willing to even go see if you could go get the smoke with the people you say are ducking you. That don't make sense, Shakur. What you going to do? Re-sign with Top Rank. And even if you re-sign with Top Rank, I'm not even telling you not to re-sign with Top Rank. I am not even telling you to do that. What I am telling you is to take the same strategy that I am telling you to take to go to PBC. Go to Bob Arum office, like, look, Bob, I'll fight you. I'll fight Lomachenko and Navarrete, whatever. Raymond Maritala, whoever else you put on there. But understand this, I am not signing this contract if you do not make this Gervonta Davis fight happen. I need it in writing that you're going to extend every resource that you have to make this Gervonta Davis fight. And I need to see real progression. If you don't, I'm going to go on every interview. I'm going to go everywhere I can and say that you promised me something that you are not giving me. And I guarantee you don't want that bad press. Because now you're going to get constantly asked questions about, I'm not going to have your back no more and be quiet when they ask you about Tank. I'm going to be the reason they're asking you about Tank. I'm going to shift all the pressure from Gervonta Davis right to your front office. That's what I'm going to do. Nah, y'all, don't mention Tank no more. No. It's not Gervonta, y'all. It's Bob. Bob said he's willing to go do business with that man and make this fight happen. I can't say it's Gervonta because he's shown he will do a cross-promotional fight. I already accept that I'm the B-side to it. Bob, can you make that happen, please? Thank you very much. Because now if I know that you're going to at least exhaust all of those resources, now I am putting Gervonta Davis in a position to duck me. And then my career can thrive after that because nobody's going to look at me how they're looking at me right now, that I'm big part of the reason that this fight is not happening. Y'all going to learn to listen, man. Don't complain that you're not happy where you at. Don't sit up there and say you want to fight Gervonta and you want to do this and you want to do that. Because there's 2 or 3 fighters over there that you said you want to fight. And you got, and the thing is with the Frank Martin and De Los Santos thing, you really got a storyline with that though. That's the whole crazy part. Like you have a real storyline with them. Those are fights that people are actually interested. Put it like this: De Los Santos and Frank Martin, more people are invested in those you seeing you fight them 2 guys than seeing you fight Navarrete. And shout out to Navarrete, but that is a fact. More people would like to see you fight De Los Santos again or fight Frank Martin than see you fight Navarrete. And everybody would definitely like for you to fight Gervonta Davis over Lomachenko. So at this point, Shakur Stevenson, there's really no excuse I can give you about why you won't do this. I hear you talking, but you have responsibility also to make this fight happen. It is not just on Gervonta. Gervonta can't make Bob Arum do anything. Y'all keep talking about this A-side stuff. Gervonta Davis is only the A-side to a fighter that is presented to him. Gervonta Davis can't tell Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, or Bob Arum anything. He don't run their promotional companies, and he don't run them. No fighter is bigger than their promotional companies. The promotional companies will still be here after those fighters go on. Gervonta Davis may become a promotional company like he is right now himself, but really be on that end of it. They're not the A side to Oscar De La Hoya when you want to make a fight with Oscar De La Hoya fighter. Y'all don't even make sense. How can Gervonta Davis make Bob Arum and De La Hoya do anything if they saying they not going to do it? What can he do to change their mind? They already know the money is there, so the money is not a problem. They know that that's the biggest money fight. They know you think you know that, but Oscar De La Hoya, Eddie Hearn, and Bob Arum don't understand that. Come on, y'all. Clearly, Oscar De La Hoya understands it because he did it with Ryan Garcia. Clearly, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and Ali Gashik and all of them understand that because they got a card coming up with Terrence Crawford, and basically half of the card is PBC fighters. So clearly, they understand that. So what's the excuse, y'all? I'm not giving the excuses no more to these guys, and I love Shakur Stevenson. That's my guy. I'm a fan of Shakur Stevenson. I'm such a fan of him that I'm going to be honest with the man and actually tell him what most fight fans and people think is best for his career. Now, if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong. But I doubt that people want to see you fight. I doubt that the PBC can't push your career in a great way. I doubt that going there won't be the easiest way. And I doubt that if you have a hard negotiation with Bob Arum about him being willing to play ball and make that fight happen with Gervonta Davis the same way they so-called is ready to do that with Lomachenko, that is on you then, my guy. You can't blame nobody else but yourself. And you need to tell your manager, I don't care what you got with Al Heyman. You need to make this fight happen for me, my G. or you will no longer be my manager or somebody that is dealing with my career. Because what y'all don't understand about managers, you could fire them. He works for you, not vice versa, my guy. Y'all could maybe under contract, you may have to pay him off. I don't care what you got to do. But if it's stopping you from getting the biggest bag of your life, you better do it. Since when do we make excuses for people not going towards the bag? Y'all give me the answer in the comments. Y'all already know what it is. Deem by any means. And I appreciate all y'all support. I appreciate y'all still rocking with me. I've been dealing with a lot of things, but I appreciate all the kind words and everybody that been actually concerned about the kids. So thank y'all. I holla.